Hello everybody. So the reason of this video is to show aspiring traders, investors, or even business owners, entrepreneurs, this great resource. The name is Trading Economics. I've heard about trading economics in the past, but not until recently I started to get deeper into the website itself, learning more about it, all the different things and tools it provides. Personally, I'm a Forex trader. I've been into the Forex market for over a year. And well, not until recently, I found that this website really can really help you with your trading decisions or investment decisions. So I'm just gonna show you around. And here on the main page, yeah, you can see a few of the more relevant news, you could say, at the moment. But also here at the bottom, you can see a list of the world's largest economies, including some of the relevant indicators for each country, right? And you can also see things like crypto, bond prices, indices, stocks, forex, commodities, and so on. But what are the really cool things about this site is, for example, let's go to the calendars tab. And here you can see a list of all the upcoming releases, or even you can see releases from the past, the readings, the forecast, and all those things. I don't know, for investors and traders, you guys all know this can be really, really helpful in your trading and investment decisions. So for example, if you go to dates, let's select what's happening this next week. And yeah, you can see a list of all the different countries and their releases. But let's say you want to be able to filter this by just specific countries, right? Let's say I'm only interested in the United States, and let's say the euro, let's say. So hit save, and I'm only going to be able to see only the indicators for only next week, which pertains the euro and the US. Okay. And here you also have more filters that you can go ahead and select, and you can even download these to, let's say, an Excel file and so on. You can go more into those things in later videos. Let's go to indicators. Let's say you're interested in looking at interest rates across different economies in the world. It's going to list you the interest rates by rank, you could say. Japan, of course, they have negative interest rates. Argentina is in the 78%. Wow. So these G20 economies worldwide, just for the Americas and so on. And the same thing, you can do the same thing with each specific indicator. Let's say that now you're interested in GDP growth. Here, GDP growth by the last reading, previous reading, Saudi Arabia, 5.5 GDP growth. That's pretty amazing. Coming down to Russia at a negative 3.7%. But again, let's say I'm only interested in Europe or Americas. Here you can see a list of each different country in that specific region, right? So let's say you want to go to countries. Let's say you want to go to the United States. And here you can see a list of all different indicators for the United States. Let's say overview, the most important ones you could say. Let's say you want to go more in depth and look at more indicators when it comes to the GDP growth, annual rate growth, prices, money. Within money, you can find things like interest rates, M2, M1 money supply, and so on. So again, all important information, all important indicators that can definitely help you in your trading or investment decisions. Let's say you want to look into the business surveys, and you want to look more specifically into PMIs, manufacturing PMIs. In later videos, we can go more in depth into each of the specific indicators, what they mean, and how you could use them in your trading or investment decisions. But again, let's say you want to look into the surveys right here. You can see information about each specific survey. You can look into the trend for the year. And what I think is one of the most powerful tabs is the forecasting, right? Because let's say that you're a trader or investor, you're more concerned about what's happening in the future rather than what happened in the past, because you want to base your decisions based on what's going to happen. So for example, let's look at the United States here, and let's look at GDP forecast. Okay, so the last reading, for example, was 2.7% growth, but they have forecasted that for Q1 of 2023 is going to be 0.5%, then a negative 0.1 for Q3, and a positive 0.6 for Q4. So by looking at that, that could also help you make your decisions based on that, right? Again, let's say you want to look more into the GDP growth rate for the United States for 3 years and so on. Again, you can also even export this into a Excel file if you want to. But again, if you scroll down to the bottom, you're gonna be able to compare this with other countries, right? Again, back to the main homepage. One of the things I found out just recently is the fact that if you go on the top right corner here on your profile, after you create an account, by the way, it's free to create an account. If you want to subscribe, that's just only if you're interested in downloading historical data and stuff like that. But if you're only interested in the latest readings, you can find, for the most part, all that information for free on the website. Again, if you go to the profile, and you can also even set alerts, right? So let's say that you're interested in, say, let's create an alert here. Let's say that you're interested in getting notified as soon as the FOMC decides to increase interest rates, right? So let's type interest rates, rates. Okay, let's say that you're looking at the United States. Let's select United States right here. And right here on the top, it's going to ask if you want to add alerts as soon as they release the information. So on the actual release, for example, you're going to get an indicator sent to, I believe, your email account with the actual information. So it could be a great way to keep track of the relevant data that you follow. Okay, well, hopefully you found this helpful. Again, this is my very first video. The idea is to continue to make videos about economics, trading, and things of how you could possibly even download this data and how you can make sense of all this when you compare different countries and stuff like that. Anyways, that's all I have. Thank you.